Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle and today we are talking about combat improvements. Incoming with the next patch, most likely early September. If you wonder when the patch will drop, our expectation is first Tuesday of September, but we'll see. The official date is not confirmed, but just to answer the most common question. Now I will be comparing the live game version and how stuff works now with the public test server, so it's easier for you to see how it actually translates into your gameplay, what the difference is. To make it even easier, if you get lost when we are on live, when we are on public test server, on live game version, so now, how you play now, my character is wearing gloves. So whatever I'm doing, you know, it's live. I'm wearing gloves. And now when we'll be on the public test server, my character is not wearing gloves. So it will be very easy for you to tell when we are on the future patch and when we are on what we have now. And that's out of the way. Let's start talking about those changes. I will not be able to showcase every single weapon, as all weapons are affected, and we are not focusing on the damage part. That's widely affected too, based on weapon-specific stuff. We are talking more about general changes that apply almost everywhere. So what is very important, first, your weapon mods and how to use them, how the weapons behave outside of VATS first. We'll touch VATS a little bit as well, but first outside of VATS. I have this fixer modded with automatic and stabilized mods. The mods will be the same on the test server, and I want to show you how it performs. First, for comparison, how does it perform on live? So that's how it's firing. The spread is quite wild. If I try to crouch to reduce the spread, it's still quite wild. If I aim downside, the recoil is quite a lot. That's stabilized. That's stabilized. Now, on the public test server, again, the same fixer. Hopefully I modded everything the same. That's public test server. You can probably tell the damage is widely different, but that's not the main topic here. It's good that damage is widely different. Now the performance. So stabilized firing at the same bottle. You can see a big difference in recoil. So stabilized recoil is way lower. If I crouch and aim, still the recoil, that's the recoil when I'm not controlling it. So way lower than on live, so it will be much more controllable. And Fixer is known for its crazy recoil, so now it's way more manageable. As well, you may see in here, if I move and those mods are stabilized, it takes a little bit, like it's not as wide as it is on the live game version, so it's a little bit easier to control and fight with those stabilized mods. Then, first live and modded with true barrel, true stock. So that's the difference, modded with true barrel, true stock. So that's how it's behaving on live. The recoil in here. If I crouch and aim, yeah, the recoil is pretty much visible. The accuracy is a little bit better, like on live, that's the difference. Stabilized, and when I move, versus true, and when I move. So that's on live. On the test server, again, fixer modded with true mods. First, that's the firing. You can see that accuracy when I walk and start firing, it's very low. The accuracy drops significantly more than on the live, like the difference. But the accuracy when I'm stationary is better. Now, if I crouch, you can see accuracy further improves. If I aim, the accuracy is good. The recoil is medium. I can change perspective so you can see that crosshair, like it's maintaining good accuracy. The recoil is quite high. Again, back to live. Let me do the same thing. So aiming, super accurate. Firing, the recoil is out of control. So in live, the accuracy is even better, but the recoil is absolutely uncontrollable with true mods. When on the public test server, accuracy a little bit lower, but recoil way easier to control. Now, general idea based on patch notes, but I would like it to be more than that. The true mod supposed to be superior for accurate aiming and operating when crouching, especially stationary. That should be superior. in this case scenario, and the stabilized mode supposed to be superior when moving around, so hip fire, run and gun. Those should be the scenario when stabilized is significantly better. In my opinion, the difference from my testing, it's not significant enough. You can tell that there is a difference, but not significant enough. So let me show you again. That's true. If I try to compensate, I can't. Over time, it's getting worse. And that's stabilized. There is difference between them. In my opinion, not enough. There is more improvements to combat, of course. That's not everything. Snipers will rejoice. What improvements are coming to snipers? So again, we do the same. We go first to life. This sniper compared to what I have on the public test server is not exactly the same. I was testing a lot, but that's not the point. We are not comparing sniper to sniper. We are comparing sniper behavior overall. What is new? Oh, I need to switch the scope. 1 second. Okay, I put the long scope on as that's the important part. And now the performance live versus after the improvements. So if I aim here, let's aim for something further away, like this star. Hold breath. Fire. Reload. Again. Fire. Without reload, we are jumping over the place. You can fire again. So that's the sniping experience with the live. Now look how much greater it is on the test server. Again, we have long scope here. Yeah, the damage widely higher. Oh, one other change for all snipers. They all have 50% higher range than on live. Like on live is around 200. Now we have 336, which is awesome for snipers. Snipers are getting some love with this new patch. Manual sniping will be so much better. I almost feel like a sniper. I can snipe way better with those improvements. So let me show you. Now, let's aim again for the same star. You are like, hey, why is it not zooming in? I do have a long scope. Look, that's a long scope. Why am I not zooming in? And that's one of the improvements. Now, if I zoom in, I press a VATS button. Look at that. I have 3 zoom levels. Then I hold breath and look, firing. Do you see this improvement? No crazy jumping all over the place. I'm firing accurately. There is a little bit of recoil, but it's manageable with maximum zoom. It's manageable with maximum zoom. Every time I start with basic zoom, which is just a little bit, so you don't lose your target. If you run around from aiming, you see something walking, and instead of jumping to maximum zoom, you just zoom a little, and then you yourself choose how much you want to zoom, and that works on all scopes that are not short. The short scopes remain the same. They only have the basic magnification and do not zoom any further. You cannot. But long and medium scopes have 3 levels. So I zoom in as much as I want, which is great. And recoil is way more controllable, so you can feel like a real sniper. That's not everything. One more important point I want to show you, but I cannot really show you in combat as it doesn't work yet. It shows stats, but it doesn't work. But it's public test server. I hope it will work for the live. So again, example will be a fixer. Okay, let's take this one that I have modded with true stocks. Now I already was talking about stabilized and true as well. Short versus long. Short supposed to give you lower AP cost, better control, everything, as you may see, versus true. True is higher recoil, generally worse, but with the changes in new patch, range is incredibly important. So I don't think anyone will be running short barrels. Call me out if I'm wrong. Will you be running short barrels even though if shooting outside of the range you will lose 90% of the damage? I personally will not, but maybe someone will. Now, back to the topic. So true for superior accuracy when aiming and crouching, and stabilized for superior performance while moving around. That's the general idea. And then aligned, that should be superior for VATS, but not only because of AP cost reduction. Yes, AP cost reduction is finally back, so align mods do reduce AP cost again, But in addition to that, they should give you 10 to VATS accuracy. I don't know if that should be 10 percentage points or something. My bet is they forgot to code what it is, and it's currently doing nothing. I was trying align versus true stabilized. There is, on the public test server, there is no difference in VATS performance. They're supposed to give you increased VATS accuracy, so hopefully that will be fixed. So align is supposed to give VATS accuracy and lower AP cost. In regards to combat performance outside of that, they seem to be still in between true and stabilized. So good for combat still. I don't know if that's intended or if that will change, but they're supposed to be superior option for VATS. Still not working, so that's what I cannot show you. As align is not working, but it's supposed to. Like even stock, you can see VATS accuracy. That's what align stock's supposed to do. Doesn't work again, but it hopefully will be working soon. And then I will be able to test how good it actually goes. About the AP cost of the fixer with all those installed is still high. AP cost on the fixer, in my opinion, is still too high with all the mods. It can be taken down a little bit if you put VATS optimized, then it will go down to 10. Is the 10 okay for fully spec the fixer? Is the 10 okay? Maybe. I think it should be a little bit lower, as that's like fixer is a VATS weapon, especially if we compare it on the public test server with weapons that can achieve really low AP cost, which is, for example, this Enclave Plasma Flamer. Flamer is incredibly powerful in VATS now, AP cost of 7, and that's with missing align stocks. If I would be able to get align stock, toggle unlockable, that will be AP cost of 5, and that's absolute beast. Like with AP cost of 5 comparing to live, where an AP cost is like 25, that's a difference. And that being said, those are the major changes. There is more and per weapon specific, but those are the major changes to the combat performance and manual aiming. So let me know what you think about it. Thank you a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.